Yo guys, how y'all doing? Your boy Orin here, and today we have another episode of How to Rebuild. This time it's West Ham, and based on their current financial resources, I will try to bring in 3 realistic players that will improve the team and basically help them to get at least the Europa League spots. So what are we waiting for? Let's go! The first position that I've chosen is centre back. Obviously West Ham has few centre backs. They got Ogbonna, Issa Diop, they got Fabian Balbuena. I think they still have Winston Reid, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and they really do need a centre back to play next to Issa Diop. And I've chosen Elvedi from Gladbach. Elvedi is a really good player. Obviously he's had 2 really good seasons in Germany, and I think he's a really good complementary centre back for Issa Diop. Obviously, his aerial ability isn't like the best. He isn't the tallest. I think he's 6'1 or 6'2, but he's aerially decent. But next to Issa Diop, it shouldn't be a problem. And I think Elvedi can complement Issa Diop, and they can really build a really nice partnership at the back. And I think he's an upgrade on most of the defenders in West Ham, and him and Diop can really improve West Ham's defense and just help Fabianski to keep more clean sheets. So yeah. Next position, we got left back, and for that position I've chosen Halstenberg from RB Leipzig. Halstenberg is a really top left back, and as you guys seen in the Champions League, he bosses that left hand side of the Leipzig, and I think he's 28, 29, but he's been pretty good for a few seasons. I think I would say for 4 or 5 seasons, and he's been pretty underappreciated in the European football. So I think this is a really good time for West Ham to buy him and get him in and get like another, I would say 3 or 4 years of him till he slows down. But I think he's a really good player. He's really physical. I think he will suit Premier League, and he's aerially tough. His tackling is really good, and I think he can be a really big and physical presence in the left-hand side of the defense for West Ham. And I think him, Issa Diop, Elvedi, and Ryan Fredericks, they can build a really balanced back four for West Ham. So yeah. For the third position, I've gone with a striker. I've gone with a striker that can support and complement the way that Sebastian Haller plays. Haller is a striker that kind of withdraws and comes towards the midfielders and combines with them, like how he did in Eintracht Frankfurt when he was combining with the wingbacks, the attacking midfielder, the other striker, when he had Jovic, Da Costa around him. And I've gone with his old teammate, and it's Ante Rebic. If you guys watched the World Cup, he was one of the low-key stars in the World Cup, and there were rumors that Manchester United are gonna buy him for like 50-60 million, some ridiculous ass fee. And I think it's right now, because of this pandemic, his price will probably go down. He was on loan from Frankfurt in AC Milan this season, and I think he's been really good next to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But I think if West Ham get him and they let him play next to Haller, which they know each other really well, and I think they can really make a really good partnership up top, and they know each other's game. That's gonna help them. And Rebic is like a striker that he attacks the spaces, he's fast, he's strong, he has decent finishing, and I think he can really complement Haller. Haller isn't like that guy who attacks the spaces, or he isn't super fast. So I think Rebic can be a really second striker for West Ham, and I think him and Haller can really be destructive up top, with Philip Anderson and Jared Bowen supporting them out wide. They also have Manuel Lanzini, they got Snodgrass, they got Antonio, and it's a really decent front line for the West Ham fans. They think that if they have like little bit more better attacking players and better defensive support, they can really push for the Europa League spot. So I don't see any reason for them to not get to Europa League if they get this team and if they actually hire a decent manager and not David Moyes, and they should bring back someone a little bit more experienced in Premier League, even though David Moyes has Premier League experience, but they need someone with good quality. Obviously Pellegrini, he had Premier League experience, he won the Premier League, but he just didn't click in West Ham, and I think they should bring a better manager, and with these 11 players that I gave you, they should be able to at least compete for that Europa League spots. And this is the West Ham team that I've built. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and follow my Instagram and Twitter for daily Premier League content. Bye bye.